What separates a good designer from a bad one? I've seen a lot of designers in the past and I've worked with a plenty of them as well. There are a couple of things that I want you to understand, that if you are a good designer or not, and can you be one? So let's get started. Hey guys, welcome to Design Hub. Today I'm going to be talking about how can we figure out to be a good designer, or how can we create a pathway to it. So there are a couple of things that I want to tell you about good designers. There are three major things that I do think that all good designers go through. One, they have a mastery of design principles. You've already understood design principles if you have been following my channel for a while. Concepts like hierarchy, contrast, ratios, being able to deploy all of these design principles into whatever you design is the first key. Number two is empathy and user focus. Good designers design with empathy. They understand where the design is going to be used and they deploy their aspects of design in that particular domain or in that particular direction. That is very important if you are going to be creating designs for a large audience. Number three is designing for functionality. You can be a great creative designer, but all of that design will go to waste if it is not functional. You need to be designing for aesthetics and functionality. If functionality does not come through, aesthetics have no meaning. Most designs created by creative but bad designers look good but feel unnatural and useless. Now, apart from these things that make a good designer, there are few traits which are more intricate in nature. These traits are something that the designer has learned over a period of time and deploys it on a very regular basis in the project that they work on. What are these traits, and are you one who has these traits? Let's find out. Number one is attention to detail. A good designer has this trait of understanding each and every specific and smallest of the design pieces. Now these can be the colors, they can be the stroke of a particular frame, or even the entire idea of what this design is or where this design is supposed to be used. The idea of being very specific gets them to an understanding of what is necessary to be created. Number two is willingness to learn and adapt. Well, a great designer is not a great designer from start. They are great because they have learned over time and they've adapted whatever they've learned into their use cases. Because the design world is constantly evolving, a good designer understands the kind of new tools and tries to apply them in their respective projects. And number three, and the most important one, is strong communication skill. Well, this is one of the most desired qualities, and does not matter whether you're a designer or a photographer or a videographer. Any creative can be a great creative if they have good communication skills. What do I mean by communication skills? It means being able to present your thoughts very fluently, being very articulate with what exactly you're thinking, and probably being able to understand and listen what the user or the client has to tell you. All of these things are very important in making yourself presentable and being able to present your ideas very clearly. Whether or not you have these traits, they can be developed over time, because if you think of these three things that I've mentioned and probably stick a paper somewhere in front of your desk or wherever you work from and write all these three things, you will end up looking at it on a regular basis and be able to deploy these traits on a regular basis with your clients or on your projects. But hey, there are pitfalls when you're doing this. What are these pitfalls? These pitfalls are the ones that make you sway away from the original idea, or they make you sway away from being able to become a great designer. Now these pitfalls can be very simple. I'll not go into the detail because I'm sure that you already understand all of this if you have been following this channel. Pitfall number one, lack of attention to detail. Number two, lack of empathy and focus on the user. Number three, not being able to take criticism very clearly. Number 4, over-reliance on trends. And number 5 is blaming external factors. All of these things are very simple for you to understand. All you need to do is make sure that you avoid all of these particular pitfalls that are there that makes you a bad designer. Well, the task is easy. How you implement it is the challenge. What you have to become is a great communicator. You have to adopt all of these very specific traits of a good designer, and you can get forward from there. The idea is supposed to be simple. It is every great designer keeps on accepting criticism and keeps on evolving and adapting to the user needs. Why don't you do that? And for that, let me tell you something about our digital marketing course that we have been working on. You can check the link in the description for this course, which is supposed to get you rooted to the new digital marketing aspects that are happening in this real world and be able to deploy these in your projects. Well, this is all that I had to say, and what I want you to do is start focusing on these things and start learning new things so that you can become a wholesome and a productive and a creative designer. Make sure that you follow this channel for more content, because I'll be talking a lot more about how can you design and what can you design, and not just design, even if you're following this for videos, if you're following the path for becoming a freelancer or probably an individual contributor. All of these and more is what I'm going to be covering on this channel. So hit that subscribe button. I will see you in another video.